international ski champion Robbie Woods and Murray Hackett behind. Only a short distance back down the river, and going so well that the Waterline Chopper had some difficulty catching up, the Assassin, driven by John Catania, and with a family team of John and Jeff Hardacre skiing and Robert Hardacre observer. Having started 10th in the field and come through so many places, the Assassin must be well in the running for outright honours. Number 4, Buckshot from Queensland, driven by Trevor Wellham and pulling Peter Nelson and Ray Wheeler. Another boat that started well back in the Superclass and has picked up a lot of positions, Tennessee Tomahawk, driven by Barry Edwards and skiing Evan Van Hermit and Brian Piper. Back down the river, there are many disappointed competitors for whom the race has just not gone smoothly at all. Norm Griffin is among them.
Today I had an unfortunate thing where an O-ring busted on the injection pump, and then the motor ran lean, and so we mushroomed some exhaust valves. She backfired and carried on, and we wasn't going to be beaten out there. We'd done repair jobs on the site, and so we carried on and finished the race.
Coming rapidly up the river and looking to be in good shape is Bullet 1, driven by Brian Fleming, with skiers Bruce Fletcher and Rick Christian.
Now we're in front. There's no two ways about that. We're in front at present with water ski racing, barefooting, everything like that. But in the ski racing scene, you've just had Robbie Woods come back from a very successful American tour again. He broke the Catalina Island record, the classic, which is no one thought it could ever be broken, and he ran that under the hour. And that's the second time he's won the Catalina. 2 years before that, he won every race in America. 18 straight, I think it was. Broke their hearts.
The finish continues with a steady stream of boats crossing the line. With the obvious success and international appeal of the Bridge to Bridge here in Australia, we asked Norm Griffin what steps were being taken to get Australian boats and skiers into international competitions overseas.
Well, we've built this up over the years. Each year, you know, to go to America and ski and compete, you need time off from work. It costs money, it costs a fare over there, there's no wages while you're there, and somebody's got to put this money up, the fare, and they have to have good boats over there to ski behind. I think the time's probably coming when we have to send our own boats out with a team, and this is what I'd like to see, a couple of top boats go to America with a team of skiers behind each one. Actually, even at this moment, we're toying with the idea of sending to the World Championship in Italy in August next year. We're trying to get sponsorship for 2 boats and trucks and spare parts to go to England and go across the various warm-up races in Europe to go to the world titles in Italy. And this is something Terry Bennett, our president, is working on, and we might even be interested in that yet if we can get time, if my boss can give me time off from work.
The early finishing boats are taken out of the water for scrutineering, and the judges begin their deliberations. And it doesn't take long for the results to come through. Outright winner with a time of 47 minutes and 50 seconds, the Assassin. And it's time to relax and enjoy the victory.
Pretty good. The water was pretty good, really.
From the skiers, what's it like hanging on the back down there at speeds of around 90 mile an hour? very fast.
Your legs look like they're made of spaghetti.
They were towards the end.
I bet you had some trouble with your legs towards the finish, Jeff.
Yes, I apparently haven't been doing enough training, and I got a bit tired towards the end, but I think John sort of just boosted me to hang on for the extra miles.
The bridge takes its toll of boats and skiers. For many, it's a matter of limping home with a crippled boat, or worse still, the category of DNF. Did not finish.
Yes, especially when they're so stressed. We see quite a few of the other competitors have had problems. Roger Conley from Conley Craft, he blew his motor on Friday, and I believe he worked all yesterday and all last night, and to get his boat on the water for this morning. Holly also broke a motor during the week, and he worked right up to last night, 3:30 at my place this morning. He fired it up for the first time, ready for the day, and I worked till probably 1 o'clock this morning with me on it. And the hours involved in preparing boats is phenomenal, really, the time and effort. The breakdowns always seem to happen before a big race because everybody's trying harder to get the boats to go harder, because this is the fastest smooth water race we have in Australia.
And this is the damage that a piece of wood can do when you hit it at 90 miles an hour plus. Brian Fleming tells us about it.
Well, Barry, at the start we lost just over a minute at the start. The motor stalled, would not start again. Just after halfway we hit a submerged piece of timber, and as you can see by the propeller, we knocked 2 blades off and lost about 15 miles an hour.
How does it feel for the letdown?
That's boat racing. Take it in your stride.
Would you be back again next year to try it again?
Sure will.
Yeah, about 6 miles back down the river, we blew a piston, and then we slowed down to about 60 miles an hour. We thought we were going to limp in, but it just wouldn't have it. We stopped about 2 or 3 miles down the river. The only problem really is sort of like the boat's holding out and making sure you don't hit any floating wood or anything. Yeah, I think there's more trouble with the boats than there is with the skiers, actually, you know, from the way they sort of treat the boats. They have to go really hard all the way through.
Well, the outboards are very, very competitive, especially now. You've got bullet boats. They've come up in the displacement area, and they're very, very fast, monohull. And then you've got tunnel outboards, which are up there, and there's big horsepower coming out of the outboard camps now. You know, we're talking about 300 horsepower, things like that, which are fuel injected, running on methanol and stuff like that. They're really catching up.
For the overseas competitors, it was not a very happy day. Danny Bertel did not finish. Antonio Casson did not finish. The Coe brothers from England did not finish. The question comes up again. If Australia goes to overseas events, what sort of boats should we take? Terry Bennett asked Brian Fleming and Norm Griffin what they thought about it.
We'll take one of each, inboard and an outboard.
Do you think the outboard will measure up to the inboard?
I think it'll more than measure up.
Well, no, that's what Brian likes to think. He likes to think he's got a better boat than the inboards, but I think the depth of the water, like they have rough water in some of those places, and I think the depth of our boats with the DPs, I think possibly more suitable.
He's just come home in front of you in this bridge to bridge with only 1 blade in his propeller. Is that anything in that?
Yeah, well, I came home on, I guess, probably about 3.5 cylinders out of 8, and I had a bent propeller also, so you can make all sorts of excuses, you know.
So maybe I'm looking for reliability more than a type of boat.
Reliability? Well, that's right. Well, that's one thing I've got to say about the outboards.
Oh, the outboards?
Oh, yes, they have good reliability.
Yeah, they're very reliable,
Can
no?
you say anything about the inboards, Brian?
Well, I think the floating motor cars had its day.
Well, I think we...
The overall placings come through. The Assassin, 47 minutes 50. Tennessee Tomahawk, best placed outboard, 48 minutes 39. Missile, 49 minutes and 3 seconds. Bullet 1, 49 minutes 20. Buckshot, 51 minutes 24. Formula, 54 minutes 13. Ripper, 54 minutes 23. Dolphin Wetsuits, 54 minutes 37.
When I break down.
Water. Now you're saying in flat water you can still win.
I Shan, yeah, but the only time we beat when I
Today
break
with flat
down.
water we beat most of them with one propeller blade.
Look, Brian, when I get my boat tuned and going right, look, You're going to be running second to me all the time.
You don't have to run an outboard. It'll run in tune or out of tune. They still go hard.
See, when you get in, I'll let you drive my boat one day, and I'll guarantee you'll change your tune.
What about the skiers? How hard are the skiers going to work behind your boat and your boat? You know, for me, as an inboarder, the outboard's hard work.
It's a race that's very unusual, you know. It's different to any other race we've ever been in.
The talk goes on, and one thing's for sure. They'll be back next year for the next Bridge to Bridge race.